Anxiety Answers. In this video excerpt, I discuss anxiety. I cover how to identify anxiety, and that includes all the different characteristics of anxiety, how anxiety derails us, and the effects of anxiety in our secondary auric field, and the effects of anxiety within the chakra system. Finally, I discuss ways to heal anxiety and ways to shift out of anxiety. Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Sophia James, an integrated medicine doctor and an intuitive. In anxiety, there are three kinds: mild, moderate, and severe. Moderate to severe anxiety results in the inability to be in the moment and hyper-focus on a situation or issues that are disturbing. Anxiety is usually about a concern we cannot control and related to fear and the fear response. In severe cases of anxiety, the person experiences heart palpitations, racing pulse, sweating, sometimes diarrhea, nightmares, or panic. The anxiety can become a phobia that results in certain behaviors to manage the anxiety concern. In less dramatic cases of anxiety, there is a nagging, indistinguishing concern directed to some part of life. In the energy field, mild anxiety is a nagging pulsation. And there's more about anxiety in the glossary under anxiety and more about the fear response in a later chapter, as well as how anxiety and empathy are related. In the secondary auric field, anxiety causes the life force, also known as qi, to diminish its flow. The interruption of the flow of life force is part of these symptoms, which are classic and identified by the National Institute of Health. There's a feeling of being on edge or wound up, difficulty concentrating, feeling restless, irritability, muscle tension, excessive worry, and any kind of interrupted sleep, which can be not being able to fall asleep, not sleeping deep enough, thrashing while sleeping, waking up too early, and any other kind of interrupted sleep. There's sweating palms, pounding heart, shortness of breath, sometimes trembling, feeling tired, and negative self-talk. Negative self-talk may be erosive because it says things like, you're not able to do that, why bother, it's not going to work. Sometimes these symptoms send people to the hospital thinking they're having a heart attack. Another form of anxiety is panic. Unexpected panic, feeling out of control, sudden fear, intense worry, fear or avoidance of places where previous attacks have occurred, sweating palms, pounding heart, catastrophizing, meaning thinking the worst is going to happen, and freaking out about freaking out, shortness of breath, and negative self-talk all include different methods or different descriptions that can be part of panic. And I'm going into detail about anxiety because of its prevalence and because of its consistent relationship with depression, and because of the prevalence of both of these conditions is very pervasive, and it accompanies other events and occurrences that happen to us. This is so we can become more aware of these symptoms for our friends and family, ourselves, as well as our coworkers, our patients, and our clients. Anxiety also is a deterrent from being in the moment, which means the energy of the person is captured and controlled by that anxiety. So anxiety prevents the person from being aware of social cues, noticing synchronicities, connections to personal feeling awareness, their intuition system. And the overall energy system is stuck in that anxiety cycle. And this pattern of energy interferes with the ability to experience the range of human emotions. So for more information about depression, you can go to the glossary under depression. So remembering anxiety blocks the flow of energy, so therefore the antidote to anxiety is to engage in daily practices that teach the physical body, our psychology, our emotions, and our energy system and our behaviors to behave differently through training our thoughts and actions, and how to breathe and relax through addressing, changing our heart rate, and attention to developing that relationship with our inner well-being. And that means that when we have those skills, when we become anxious, we have a tool that we can apply right away. The full circle. More than a one-time fix, there are a group of areas that need attention to help balance the system to manage stress, anxiety, depression, pain, and interrupted sleep. Remember, excess alcohol and drugs cause depletions and interfere with nutritional intake, which contributes to underlying health conditions. Other contributors to stress, anxiety, depression, and pain can include medications and lack of nutrition from overeating and anorexia and bulimia. So starting at the bottom right of the full circle, the first item is community connection, friends, and social interaction, and can include listening to music in a group that facilitates shifting our brain waves and ceremony. It's also very important to share our stories, respectfully connect with others, and share activities where community is created. The next area on the left is listening to specific musical patterns that shift our brain waves, help to restore us, and give tools that connect to our breath, heart rate, and brain waves that take us out of the vigilant state. Using music to connect to positive emotions, uplift our spirit, and connect to opening our heart is very valuable for us as an individual and also in groups. And you can get a free musical piece for decreasing anxiety and depression, pain and stress, and improving creativity and insight at the end of this video. Next, it's also important to maintain a spiritual connection in the way that is meaningful for that person. Often, a profound method of connecting with our spirituality is through nature. And the next part of the full circle is daily, regular exercise. And this also contributes to stress reduction and improved health, reducing anxiety, depression, and pain, and also helping with improved sleep because it helps our physical body, our emotions, and our thoughts. Then, attending to balanced nutritional intake of plant-based foods without junk and unhealthy fast foods, attending to protein and healthy oils that are good for our brain and our joints and our entire body. They help to minimize pain and inflammation that are underlying in many physical and mental health diagnoses. This also includes getting enough adequate good water consumption and reducing or eliminating soda, and sometimes adding supplements. And another part of the full circle is to find time to be in nature, in the day and the night. And while you're in nature, notice the air against your skin, the sun or darkness or moon, the rain or wind, the earth beneath you, the colors of the sky, and the sounds of nature. Another important component of the full circle is attending to sleep. And this means attending to any kind of interrupted sleep, which can mean not getting to sleep, not sleeping deep enough, like thrashing while sleeping, and waking too early. Because all of these contribute to anxiety, depression, pain, and stress, and underlying physical and mental health diagnoses. Another factor that contributes to interrupted sleep is exposure to television and computers, which can disrupt our sleep up to an hour or more before we start to sleep. And also creating a sleep routine can help us. We also know caffeine 4 hours before sleep. Yes, that dessert chocolate can be a contributor to disrupting our sleep. So that concludes this full circle. Effects in the secondary auric field and chakra system. The secondary auric field will react to anxiety as fear and withdraw inwards, and these are reactions often experienced in the solar plexus region, also known as the third chakra. And just so you know, Marge Simpson, the cartoon image on the left, is missing a couple of chakras below the heart chakra. And also, if you have big hair like Marge, it doesn't mean your crown chakra is more evolved or higher up on the top of your head. The anxiety-fear response related to the solar plexus affects the adrenal glands, which are located on the posterior side of our body. These glands will respond to anxiety as the fight, flight, or freeze response related to our sense of personal power and safety. Other responses to threats results in adrenal stress due to hypervigilance and continuous anxiety. And you may wish to learn more about the fear response in Chapter 4, which is coming up later, to learn about that connection. And while the chakras may be affected, individual chakras will respond independently depending on the circumstances of the person's situation. The results of individual chakra responses include expansion or contraction or fluctuation of expansion and contraction in relation to the healthy and normal functioning of an aligned chakra system. The chakras in moderate and severe anxiety are the brow chakra, related to blocking intuition and feeling like the will is not functional, and the ability to be present in the moment. The heart chakra, related to the constriction of being present with feeling safe and loving towards the self and others. The throat chakra can also be blocked or constricted, and that can cause the voice to crack or to not be able to be open. And if you are attuned to that sound differential, you can hear that in someone's voice. The heart chakra is related to the constriction of feeling safe and loving, as I said, and the solar plexus related to personal power and expression, as well as a discerning sense of safety and perceiving the environment. And often in a lot of these different situations or conditions, the heart and solar plexus chakra are very closely linked. The spleen chakra center about processing information and situations, and the root chakra related to feeling safe, balanced, and present. This is an excerpt from the e-course series, Intuition, Evolution, and the ebook series, 50 Plus Kinds of Intuition, Energy Medicine Primer, Awakening the Science of the Auric Field and Chakras, and Fields of Light, Dynamic Explanations of over 40 vivid images of the Auric Field and Chakras and their mental, emotional, and physical relationships. To get your free stress, anxiety, depression reduction meditation, go to twi.education/free-videos. Thank you for listening.